Hey kids, welcome to a very special episode of Sam's Toolbox. Lots of times when we build something, we use pieces of wood to put that thing together. But do you know where that wood comes from? Who made it? And how did it get there? All of the wood that you see every day is actually made out of trees, like the ones you can see around me right now. And today, we're going to learn how to turn a tree into a piece of wood. Now, most of the wood that we see is made from huge trees and carried on huge trucks. But if you want to turn a tree into a piece of wood at home with your own tools, it's easy. The first thing we need to do is head out into the forest and find a good tree. We hiked out into the forest and wandered around for a while. We found a really great tree. It's nice and straight and doesn't have too many branches. So now we need to cut it down. And to do that, we're going to need a chainsaw. Chainsaws have hundreds of tiny curved blades that go around in a circle really, really fast. When the tiny blades touch anything soft, they cut right through it and send pieces flying everywhere. A chainsaw is one of the most dangerous tools we can use, so we need to make sure we have a hard hat and safety goggles. When we use a chainsaw to cut down a tree, we want to make sure the tree falls the right way. So we decide which way we want the tree to fall. We want this tree to fall left. So we cut a small triangle out of the left side of the tree. Once the triangle is cut out, we go to the other side of the tree and cut a straight line. Once the two lines touch, the tree will fall over. Timber! Now that the tree is on the ground, we need to take all the branches off and turn it into a log so we can carry it home. We take our time cutting every single branch off of the tree. And now we have a nice round log that's easy to carry. So we pack up our chainsaw, grab the log, and head home. Well, we've hiked out of the forest and made it back home. But before we bring this down to the workshop, we need to clean up this log. So first, we're going to cut off all the little nubs and branches with this Sawzall. Now that we've taken off all these big chunks, the next thing we need to do is remove the bark. The bark is a thin layer on the tree that helps the tree grow nice and strong. But it's not strong enough for building, so we need to get rid of it. And for that, we use a tool called a drawknife. Now, a drawknife has a special curved blade and two handles. One handle goes in each hand, so we can scrape the blade against the wood. Now, once we have a nice straight section of smooth log, we can cut the other parts of the log off that we're not going to use for our piece of wood. And now we have a nice, smooth, straight piece of log that we can take downstairs into the workshop and turn into a piece of wood. Well, we're down in the workshop. We've done some great work so far. We have a good-looking log. It's the right color, but definitely not the right shape. So let's change that. The next tool we're going to use is called the table saw. We want to use the table saw to make the round edges of the log into square edges. Now the table saw has a round blade with really sharp teeth. We actually push the log over the blade to make sure each side is flat. And check it out, we did it. We made a piece of wood. We started in the forest with a tree, and now we have a nice, beautiful piece of wood that we can build with. Usually, we have to let this piece of wood dry for a little bit before we can use it, because wood has a lot of moisture inside of it. Now, you know where wood comes from, and you know how to make it. And now it's up to you to use other tools and screws and nails to turn this piece of wood into something spectacular. That's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed learning where wood comes from. Thanks for visiting Sam's Toolbox, and I hope to see you again soon. Keep learning and keep building.